Good morning, people. Welcome back to the YouTube. Today is Tuesday. It's Tuesday, mate. Tuesday, the 30th of July. Today is the start. No, it's not. Today is the first. There's a new split. Can't even talk. It's too early in the morning, man. What was I going to say? There's a new training split. I have a new training split. That's what I wanted to say. I have a new training split. That started yesterday. So pushed was yesterday. I'm now training 5 days instead of 4. So there's an extra day going in. So today is the first pull day on the new split, and I'm going to take you along for the ride to show you how I train. I've got a set of DJI mics now, so you should be able to hear me loud and clear. Should be good. It's 5 to 7 in the morning. I just checked in with Josh. I'm just waiting on my feedback. Now I'm training first thing this morning, which I never normally do at all. Now I'm at a prep, I can finish this painting as well, because it's doing my absolute head in. But prep takes up all your life. I started this decorating a while ago and the wife's getting on with me, so I need to get that finished. But anyway, so yeah, I've just checked in with Josh, just waiting on my feedback. We're training first thing this morning, which I never normally do, but I'm off work now for 8 days. And yesterday morning, I trained the first push day on my new split. I trained with my cousin, and we trained first thing. And I've trained first thing a few times. I never really liked it, but I actually really enjoyed it. So I'm going to do the same again today, because I've got some stuff to do as well. I've got some packing to do, because we're flying to Ireland, Northern Ireland, on Thursday. Now, for anyone that follows me on Instagram will know that I was originally going to Ireland to compete. That's not happening now. Still going to Ireland for a holiday with the family, but we're not competing. But what I'll do is I'll explain my reasons as to why I've now pulled out of prep and things like that later on in the video. But for now, I've just made my whey paste for my cream of rice, for my pre-workout meal, which is going to be my first meal. So I've just put that in the fridge. So I'm going to let that set for a little while I wait for feedback off Josh, because obviously now that we're rebounding, there's a chance Josh might put my food up. So obviously I want to hold off until I get my feedback before I start making anything. So yeah, but today is pull day. I'm going to take you to the gym with me, Angel's Gym in Mansfield, which is where I train. I've got, like I said, I've got a set of DJI mics now, so you should be able to hear me nice and clear. The only reason I've never really liked training first thing in the morning is because I like to get quite a few meals in and quite a bit of fluid. But I found yesterday, as long as I get 3 litres of fluid in and then 1.5 intra, that's enough for me to feel good enough to train. So I've got 1.5 litres here. I'm going to do this, then I'm going to do another 1.5 after that, and then I'll make my intra, another 1.5 for intra, yeah, with my salt and my EAAs in, and that should be good. That should set us up for a good pull session. So yeah, in terms of the new split, let me move you up a little bit. In terms of the new split, there's an extra day going in now. And that extra day is to focus on chest and back, because those are my weaknesses. Arms are where they need to be, legs are where they need to be. Obviously, they're going to come up anyway through this rebound, but what we need to do is match the chest and the back to the limbs. So I've been saying on Instagram that I'm like, it's a high volume approach, and then Josh has told me, like, it's not high volume, but what we've done is we've lowered your volume on your arms and legs and raised the volume on your chest and back. So there's a lot more intensifiers, drop sets, giant sets, rest pause sets, things like that going in on chest and back now to facilitate that growth there. And what we've done is remove some volume from my arms and legs, because they're still going to grow, but we don't want them to really overly grow and overpower everything, because then all we're doing is just getting bigger in the same areas, and that's not what you want. So yeah, like I said, I'll make my as soon as I get my feedback from Josh, I'll make my pre-workout meal. I'm going to get some fluids in for the time being, and just basically hang around, just hanging around. I've taken my health subs already, and yeah, I'm going to bang my mics on charge, make sure they're nice and charged, and we should be good to train back, well, pull. I'm excited. It's a lovely day outside. Hot, it was hot yesterday, it was like flipping 26 degrees I think it got to. So it looks like it's going to be another scorcher today, which I don't mind because I'm off work. Normally I complain about the heat, but that's because I'm in a barber shop full of customers. And when you're not at work, it's quite nice. It is quite nice. So anyway, I'm going to get feedback. I'm going to wait for feedback from Josh. When I've got that, I'll start making pre-workout meal. We'll start making intra, and then we'll get ourselves off to the gym. Right guys, we're back. Feedback's in from Josh. Very happy. 13 pounds up from where I decided, which is, well, 13 pounds up from my weight when I decided to pull the plug on prep, which was not Saturday just gone, Saturday before. So we're 13 pounds up in a week, I think a week, which sounds like a lot, but the look in correlation to the weight is still very good. Still lean, little to no water retention, just full as a house. I'm doing like a pound a day right now, but it looks fantastic. So what could be better? Josh says I look massive. A few other people have said I look massive. So if everyone's saying it, I suppose it must be true, hopefully. So anyway, yeah, that's feedback. No food increase not needed, as obviously, like I said, I'm 13 pounds up and everything's going well. It has given me 2 high days to use whilst I'm away in Ireland. That being just my current diet and replace last meal for a cheat meal. So what I'm going to do is, because I'm still training in Ireland, and just because I'm on holiday doesn't mean I don't want to use those high days to facilitate growth. So whilst I'm still training, I'll use those 2 high days for my chest and back day and my push day, because they're obviously in an off-season setting, we would run high days on the days I'm trying to bring up the muscles I want to improve. So yeah, my chest and back day and my push day, what I'll do is I'll train first thing in the morning, and then in the evening go out for a meal with the family, which will be nice. So now that's all done and dusted, we can get pre-workout meal on the go. So we get the bowl. Pre-workout meal is 125 grams of cream of rice, 50 grams of protein from whey, and 20 grams of dark chocolate or nut butter. I'm probably going to go with a half and half approach, you know. Probably going to do 10 grams of dark chocolate and 10 grams of nut butter, because why the fuck not, you know? I like both, so do half and half. So yeah, let's prop you down. You've seen me do this before anyway, but this is YouTube, and this is what the whole YouTube's for, to show you what I'm doing. So in terms of cream of rice, I've still got a lot of JP stuff, but I've only got like maple syrup. I've got some CMP Biscoff that I got at the PCA Coventry show that I won my class at 2 weeks ago. And they're all right flavours, but I'm more of a chocolatey person, so we're going with CMP caramel cups. So we're going to do 125 grams of this. This stuff is good, I like it. CMP cream of rice is nice. JP is my favourite. I find that JP just is the perfect cream of rice. It mixes really well. Don't get me wrong, this mix is lovely too, but there's just something about JP that I really like. 24, 125. So 125 grams of cream of rice. And as I've said before, I do 4 times that, the amount of water. So that's 500 ml of water. That's where I'll start. If I want it a bit more volumized, I'll just drip in more bits and slowly drip more bits in and whisk it in from there. But I find that that is the perfect amount of water to do your cream of rice. 503. That'll do. And this looks like a big bowl of cream of rice, and you might be thinking that's a lot of cream of rice. It is a lot of cream of rice, but in the position I'm in at the minute, I will absolutely smash through this like it's nothing. So it seems a bit watery at the minute, as you can see, But as you keep whisking it, it will get thicker and thicker. And usually, off the 4 times the amount of water, it's perfect. I get people asking me all the time, oh, your cream of rice looks so nice, I can't make it, it's all stodgy. I keep telling people, 4 times the amount of water. It's not rocket science. If it is a little bit watery, just put it in a microwave for like 10 seconds. Let it thicken up a bit. But usually, this is perfect. Depends how you, obviously this depends on how you like your cream of rice. I like mine just, you know, smooth. Not too thick, not too watery. That for me, lot, is perfect. Wash the whisk out straight away, because if you don't rinse the whisk straight away and you leave the cream of rice to dry, it's a fucker to get off, because it goes rock hard on your whisk. And my missus is a sod for doing that with her cream of rice. She puts the whisk straight in the flipping sink, and then I go to make my cream of rice wondering where the whisk is. It's got dried flipping cream of rice, and then you have to soak it in a cup in hot water for ages. So that's the cream of rice made. We're going to add some salt. Now I do 12, usually I do 12 grinds of salt with every meal, but because it's hot outside, it's like 26, I don't know what the temperature is at the moment, but because it's now, in the UK we've actually finally getting some summer weather, I've upped my salt per meal to 15, because obviously I'm drinking more fluids. If you drink more fluids, you need to increase your salt too, because the more water you drink, the more you're going to pee. The more you're going to pee, the more electrolytes you're going to lose, hence the increase in salt. So 15 grams of salt now. If the temperature drops and we go back down to shitty weather, I'll drop the salt to 12. 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 13, 14, 15. Oh, voila. Baby spoon, mix that in. Oh, that is beautiful. Then we're going to add the whey protein, 50 grams of protein from whey in a paste, and you'll be shocked to find out that it isn't chocolate pistachio. I've currently run out of chocolate pistachio. I don't get my supplements for a couple of more days from Total Body Nutrition, so I'm currently using some of the wife's protein, which is Optimum Nutrition French vanilla. It's not bad, it's not no JP chocolate pistachio, but it's okay. The main thing for me is, does it digest well? Like, I'm not one of these like people that say, oh, digestion. Digestion's important, but don't overly analyse that shit. But the thing is, when it comes to protein powders with me, I only use isolates. I can't use a whey concentrate. If I use a whey concentrate, it sits too heavy on the stomach. But as far as I'm aware, this Optimum Nutrition stuff is an isolate blend, so this does sit quite well. So we shall use this. This has been in the fridge for about an hour. I made it as soon as I woke up, so it's lovely and thick. As I said earlier, I don't usually train in the morning, but this is the best bit about training in the morning for me, is because usually I would have like, you know, oats and egg whites and 3 eggs at the minute. But training in the morning means you get a big massive bowl of cream of rice first thing, which is awesome. It's my favourite meal. Although I say it's my favourite meal, now that I've pulled out of prep, white fish has been taken out and beef and potatoes has gone back in, and I haven't had beef and potatoes for, well, ages. I don't know how long, but a long time, because obviously it was pulled out and replaced with white fish. So I was very, very, very happy to eat beef and potatoes again, because beef and potatoes is the absolute king of putting on mass. And if you don't know, now you know. Come on, I'm over a fit with this camera, Jesus Christ. So that's the way, that's 50 grams of protein for whey. Obviously I've weighed it out in the cup, which means you get to lick whatever's left. It's like being a kid when your mum would make like Battenberg. My mum makes a good Battenberg, and you have the big bowl of marzipan left over. My mum would always let me scrape what's left in the bowl. But that's how you get fat. Marzipan is lovely, but it is bad for you. Again, we're going to rinse this out straight away, because if I let this protein sit in the cup, it'll be a nightmare to come off. Sorry, I know this isn't what you signed up for. You didn't sign up to watch me wash pots. But if I don't do it now, I'll shoot myself in the foot later. So that's the cream of rice, the whey protein, the salt. Now we've got 20 grams, like as I said, 20 grams of fat. Not 20 gram of fat, but 20 gram of nut butter or whatever. I'm going to use 10 grams of whole earth drizzler. Really nice peanut butter, man. Such a nice peanut butter. And it's not in a tub. You just drizzle it on. What could be better? So we'll do 10 grams of this. And then I'll do 10 grams of dark chocolate. Now I do usually like using the Lindt stuff, but can't always afford the Lindt stuff. So we've got this stuff from Aldi, which is still good, still like decent. So we'll do 10 grams of this as well when the scale decides to tear. There we go. Oh, and it's been in the cupboard, and because of the heat, it's all melted, slightly melted. Perfect. We'll just drop them, stick them right in. That's what she said. 10 grams. So that's the meal. Now normally I would add some sugar-free cookies and cream syrup and some cinnamon, but well, I might have a little bit left. We get a bit. Oh yeah, enough. It's alright. They sell this at the gym, so I'll pick some more while I'm at the gym. And then some cinnamon, because cinnamon makes it all better. And there we go, that's pre-meal. Look at that. Awesome. So for anyone that keeps saying, how do you make your cream of rice? It looks so nice. That's how I make it. I have told people multiple times, but it's like either people not watching the YouTube or people not listening. I'll let that cool down for a second while I finish this 1.5 litres of fluid. This is the second one, so this is going to make 3 litres now. So 3 litres of fluid. I'm going to let this cool down for a second, it's cream of rice. Then once I've eaten the cream of rice, I'll make my intra 1.5 litres of fluid. And then we'll get to the gym because my DJI mics are charged and it will be set to train some pull. And my arms look fucking massive. That'll be that 13 pounds up, youth. So just arrived at the gym, my local gym. Angels Gym, Mansfield, the home of champions. Let's go in, get warmed up, and we'll get started. Right, so guys, before we start any back movements, we're going to warm the shoulders up, because one, it's important, making sure it's really as you can see, but two, my left shoulder is fucked. Well, it's not now, but I've dislocated my left shoulder 12 times and I've broke it about 6 times, and the collarbone. So it's important for me to make sure that I always warm my shoulders up. We'll do a few side raises, a few front raises, just get some blood moving in there, get the joint nice and warm.
Hope you guys can hear me. The music in here is quite loud, but I have got the mics on now, so it should be okay. What I'll do is I'll just do a few sets, a few light sets of these. Just enough so I feel some blood and some tension in the muscle and the joint. Now when training pull or back, I would normally start off with a few cable pullovers just to warm my lats up. But because I'm setting baseline numbers today, and there'll be a few extra, there's going to be a few warm-up feeder sets just to find the correct first working set load. I'm not going to do the cable pullovers just because I'll warm my lats up by trying to find the correct load for my first working set anyway. Shoulders are feeling nice and warm now. Let's go into our first exercise. Okay guys, so first exercise is single arm D-handle lat pull downs. Now I know what you're thinking. You're thinking, oh man, this guy is one of those. Now, there is method behind the madness here. Obviously this isn't my working set, I'm just going to kind of get a feel for it. Now, I've never really been a big fan of D-handle pull downs. I'm more of a bent over row, bread and butter staple kind of guy. But now, as I said, I usually do cable pullovers just to warm up. Now, my back over the last 2 years has progressed a lot, but it needs to come up more. Now, the reason why we put single arm D-handle lat pull downs first is my second movement is bent over barbell rows. And just by having these D-handle lat pull downs at the start, just allows me just to pre-exhaust the lats, because it's one thing that I majorly need to bring up, lat thickness and lat width. So by putting these first, it just allows me to fill the lats with blood and pre-exhaust the lats, ready going in to my heavy barbell bent over row movement, so that there's already blood in there and the muscle is already fired and ready. So there is method behind the madness here. This is the only D-handle pull down exercise in this split. So if your whole pull session consists of D-handle stuff, I highly advise to change that. I mean, you can do whatever you like. Obviously bodybuilding is about whatever works for you and what you like to do. But you do want some heavy bread and butter movements in there. There's a lot of rows, lat rows, bent over rows there for me. But just by having this first just allows me to pre-exhaust those lats and fill them with blood. So that's the reason behind that. So what I'm going to probably do is get a feel for this, and I'll come back to you when I start my first working set. Okay guys, so I think I've found the correct load for my first working set. Might overshoot this, might undershoot it, but we'll do the first set and we can adjust from there. Working sets wise, we've got 3 sets of 8 to 12. Now you'll notice that I have switched sides on this station. That's just because I just did this video to start, and I noticed that the cable was sticking, which is not what we want. So when you're starting when you're doing single arm movements, always start with your weaker side. So I'm going to start on my left. We'll do the first set, take a minute or two, and then go into the second and go into the other side. Always take a minute or two before you go into your second side as well, just because you're already exhausted from the first set, from the first side, and you want to go fresh into the next side. So let's find out. Like I said, might undershoot this or overshoot this, but we'll see. We can adjust from here. One more. 15. Slightly overshot it, but a good set nonetheless. Feel that. Good cues for these. Drive, elbow into hip, full stretch on the way out. Keep your tempos consistent, especially as you progress your body weight up and progress through your lifts. Try and keep everything as consistent as possible. So have a sip of the AAs, give it a minute, and we'll do the right side. And as I said, this is my weaker side. You start with the weaker side, so more than likely, on my right side, I'll probably feel like I can get more, but always match the weaker side. Do not do more on the other side. That's how you build imbalances. By starting with your weaker side and matching it, that's how you fix imbalances. Food for thought. So 15. Stretch, elbow to hip. Slow. Yeah, so as I thought, I could have probably got 2-3 more there, but it would have been silly to do more. Good contractions, I can feel them. Alright, we're going to go into our second set. So, as I mentioned before, the sets are 3 sets of 8 to 12. Now I've got 15 then. Now, me personally, I know, and it's always the case, if let's say I've got 15 then, if I go to do the same load again, I always get 2 reps less. So that will put me at 13, which is still 1 rep over the rep range. So it's currently on 15 down, all the weights have rubbed off of these. So I do it as like so many down. So the pin is set at 15 down, 15 plates down. So if I set it at 16, if I drop it by 1, that in my head should land me at 12 reps. And then that should land me at 12 reps for the second set. And then again, if I do that same load, that should land me at 10 reps for the third set. So we'll find out. What? 12 reps. Just as I thought. Give that a minute. Do the other side. Lats are fired up. See? Method behind the madness. Just because it's a D-handle pull down doesn't mean you've got to train like a pussy. And then after this, we're going to some nice, heavy ass barbell rows. Who doesn't like barbell rows, eh? When you're doing these as well, it's fine to lean slightly into the lat, just so you get a good pinch on the lat, but don't over exaggerate it. There's no need to fucking, you know what I mean? We're not driving a German whip here. There's no need to fucking lean it right over. Just a quick tilt is fine. Obviously I'm not using straps here, so I wouldn't exactly say this is heavy. It's heavy enough for my rep range, but obviously I'm not majorly strong at the minute. As I start progressing my list, I will start to use straps just to keep me locked in. That's a 5. Hopefully we get 8 on the next set. Alright, third and final set, guys. If my calculations are correct, I should get 10. I know I said 8 in the last clip, I meant 10. Like I said, I always manage to, it's always 2 reps. Like if I progress something, it's always by 2 reps for some reason. I've just been doing this that longer. It's just how it always is. That's just the way it is. Ooh. Can we get one more? Oh. Ooh. 11. Getting strong. It's getting a bit hot now. What's the back looking like, guys? Because I can't see. Hopefully it looks good. Let me know in the comments. It's getting hot, man. It's like 10 o'clock. It's like 20 degrees, more than 20 degrees. 11 reps. Lovely. Oh, that is more than lovely. That's tremendous. Let's turn this bench around. Don't be one of them fucking idiots. leave shit everywhere. If you're going to move a bench, put it back. If you're going to use weights, plates, dumbbells, put them back. Don't allow scruffy fuckers around here. Okay guys, so one of my absolute favourite exercises, barbell rows. Bent over barbell rows. Cannot go wrong. There's a reason all the greats barbell rowed. Dorian, Jay, Ronnie. Because they work. Now, rep ranges, we've got 3 sets. 2 sets of 6 to 8. 1 set of 8 to 10. Like I say, I'm just setting numbers at the minute, so have no idea. I'm just gonna do a couple of feeders, couple of warm-ups, get a feel for whatever weight I need. We'll go from there. So just stick a plate on for the minute and then see. Obviously I am gonna put straps on for this, but obviously I don't need straps for a plate, so that's a lovely and warm, full of blood from the D handle pull downs. Plate on. So cues for these guys is stay parallel. I know there's a lot of different ways to barbell row. You could do a Yates row, you could do different rows, but standard barbell rows, you want to stay parallel. Keep the body as parallel as you can. That way you're going to get more erector work. If you want to build a thick, dense back, big, thick erectors, titanium rods down your back, you want to stay bent over and drive into your pelvis. That's how you build a big back. I know that sounds contradictory because I don't have a big back, but it's improved a lot over the last 2 years. But unfortunately, it takes longer than that to build a big back. So if I can make the same amount of progress as what I did over the last 2 years, I'll be on to a winner. It just takes a while, that's all. You can't go from having no back to having a JP back in 2 years. It takes a little bit longer. Hell, Samson Dowder is top 3 of the Olympia. Even he's still improving his back, so it just shows you. This is the wrong wrist. Move my watch up as well. Tunes aren't too bad. I've got no music on in my headphones because the music, I don't know if this is an iPhone thing, I don't know if there's a way you can do it, but my old phone was a Samsung and I could play music while recording. For some reason my iPhone doesn't let me do that, so if anyone knows if that's a thing, let me know. But the tunes on in the gym aren't too bad today. Sometimes they're a bit whack. But that's because you have to cater for everyone, you know? Not everyone wants to hear Metallica and shit. I have no idea what this weight is going to feel like. Like I said, I'm just going to keep going until I get to a point where I'm happy with that weight. So we're heading for 6 to 8. If I feel like I get to 3 and I could do way more, then I'll go up another half a plate probably and just keep going up in half plates. Oh yeah, this is going to be too light, I think. Let's find out. 10. Slightly overshot it. I know the last 2 reps weren't as clean as the first lot, but that's fine. That's fine. I think if I bang a 5 on each side, should be able to get 6 clean reps. If I can find another 5. Could cut you off. Alright, second set, guys. So we're 2 plates and a 5 each side. 6 to 8 reps. Let's go. Fucking back is pumped already, man. It feels tremendous. It feels awesome. Stretch it back. Let's go. Nine. Not bad. Not bad at all. Right, third and final set, guys. Now, as I said, it was 2 sets of 6 to 8 and a set of 8 to 12. So really, obviously, I would back this off now, but because I overshot the first set and got 10, and then I got 9, so I upped. So I had 2 plates and got 10 reps the first set. Then I upped, I put a 5 on each side and got 9. So because I got 9 and I overshot the first set, I'm going to stick with this weight, and then hopefully I should get about, well, at a minimum 6. So if I get at minimum 6, that puts me at 2 sets of between 6 and 10, or 6 and 8. You get what I mean. Basically, because I overshot the first set, I'm going to stick at this weight. My brain's too frazzled to try and explain. I know what I mean. And that's all that matters. That's all that matters. If I get 6, I'll be happy. I think I can get 7 though, because of the 2 rep rule I have. The only other cue I have on these is don't be a pussy. Don't be a fucking pussy. Swimmer. Let's put this back. As I mentioned before, put your weights back, people. If you can lift it, you can put it back. Although, I gotta admit, back end of prep, you might have the energy to lift it, but putting it back is a whole different ball game. But still can't leave it out. Still can't leave it out. What you do instead is you hope someone comes up to you and says, "Leave that out, mate, I'll use it." And then you're like, yes, you can put it back. If you get caught doing it too many times, you get banned, which is fair enough, because it's not a playground. James's gym, James and JP's gym, the Shed in Cheltenham, they're the same. Get caught doing it too many times, get banged. Check shit, get banged. Next exercise, guys, chest supported T-bar rows. Now, I've already found my first working set weight just because I'm not trying to make this a complete and utter Netflix series for you guys. I want it to be informative, but I don't want it to take the piss. So, like I say, I found my working set weight already. I've got 2 sets, a set of 6 to 8 and a set of 8 to 12. So that should be good. Now, you might be thinking to yourself, why the fuck have you got D handles on a chest supported T-bar row? You absolute wet wide. Now, the reason is, this T-bar is so fucking wide. Like if I try and have my arms out here, it's like I'm riding a Harley. It's like I've got ape hangers. So if I start out here, by the time I row, my arms are like out here, and what ends up happening is you're just pinching your traps instead of actually doing the movement. So me personally, because I'm not that wide, I have to use D handles, but they've got to be the fabric ones. You can't use the metal ones, because obviously the fabric ones allow you to come over, if that makes sense. It's kind of bringing my grip narrower, so that's why. 6 to 8, we'll see how we go. Like I say, this is just, I think this should be about the correct weight, but if not, we'll adjust from there. Like I said, this is only the first session, so from here on out we just adjust. Yep. Spot on. Spot on. I think anyway. I'll find out when I watch it back. Good cues for these. Drive your chest into the pad as you row. Try not to, as you row, bring your chest off the pad. Naturally, your last rep you might do that slightly just because, you know, you're trying to give it the beans, aren't you? But throughout the movement, as you drive elbows back, drive chest forward. Good cues. Last set, 8 to 12. Dropped it by 10. Got 8 reps last time. Gonna drop it by 10. See if I can get 10 reps here. We'll see. I'm gonna try and speed these all up now because I don't want this video to drag out too long. Come on. I don't know how many that was. Good job I filmed it. Alright, chest supported low row, guys. Like I say, I'm going to start flying through these now. I've already found what I believe to be my working set weight. So 2 sets here, a set of 6 to 8 and an 8 to 12 if I remember correctly. Cue on this, chest up, stretch at the bottom, drive through the lats. And as always, try and keep your tempo nice and consistent. Right, chest up and drive through that. One thing that I learned a long time ago from Sephirothi was movements that emulate posing on stage. So with this, what's going through my head in this movement is in the back lat spread, when you pull back to get the Christmas tree, that's what I'm thinking. As I drive back, chest up, and drive back, all I'm thinking is Christmas tree, Christmas tree. See what I'm saying? Second set, guys. I got the rep range wrong. Well, I said it wrong on the first set. I thought it was 6 to 8 and then 8 to 12. It's not. First set's 8 to 12. Second set's 12 to 15. So me thinking on the first set I overshot it, and I didn't. It was perfect. All's well that ends well. Dropping it by half a plate. That should allow me to hit the intended rep range. I know these weights are nothing exciting, but this is the first session, first day, so we can get strong from here. Chest up, drive through that. 1, 2, Oh, one more. Perfect. Well, one extra never hurt. Alright, last back exercise now, guys. And then we've just got 3 sets of rear delts and then some abs. Like I said, my arm volume has been decreased to allow for my back and chest volume to increase. So we no longer train arms on a pull day now. There's just no need to. Single arm lat-focused machine row. We're doing this plate loaded row. Cues here, full stretch, and when you drive elbows under the rib cage. Not in, not above, under. That's going to help target that lower lat there. So we've got 3 sets of 8 to 12 here. What I'll do is I'm only going to film the first set because there's no point filming the second and third set. It's just going to be the exact same. It's just more time. It's just more time in the video to watch the same thing. So 8 to 12. Hopefully this is the correct weight. If not, we'll adjust from there. Now this is seated, but I've removed the seat to allow me to do standing, so it allows me to get the elbow under the rib cage. Full stretch, drive, on. Oh, one more. Fucking hell. 13 reps. Oh, feels good. Hope that looks good. Better do, you know? I don't want to look shit in my own video. PAAs are nice. CMP, Fanta lemon flavour, 10 grams. Gram of salt and a gram of low salt. In fact, no. I did 2 grams of each today because of how hot it is. Right. Other side, 13 reps. Yep. Stretch, drive, on. For rear delts people, I've got reverse pec deck, 3 sets of 10 to 15, but at the end of every set, once you have hit failure, 5 lengthened partial reps. Like I said, I'm only going to film the first set, there's no point doing the second 2 sets, it's the exact same. Cues for this, so you don't want to be leaning forward, but you want to elbow forward, shoulder forward. And when you're flying out, just in your head, make a cue of, imagine 2 walls, a wall either side of you. Try and touch the walls. Instead of trying to think drive around, drive out. If that makes sense. I think this might be the correct way, we'll see. Oh, fuck me. Oh, that hurt. Jesus Christ. Right then, that's pull done. As you've seen, I did rear delts then. After that was abs, but I didn't film abs because, you know, who wants to see abs? Abs are boring, bro. Who wants to see that? I trained him, obviously I didn't film him. So that's pull. That's the new rotation 1. I used to have 3 rotations to a training. There's only 2 now. So that's pull day 1. Hope you enjoyed it. Hope you took some informative things away from it. We'll go back now, get post-workout,
probably put that in here. Show you what I'm eating. Just cream of rice and cereal. But yeah, I'll see you at home.
Right, we're back home now, guys. Just about to get post-workout meal in. It's 2 parts. So part 1 is 60 grams of Cocoa Pops and 200 ml of almond milk. Part 2 is 110 grams of cream of rice and 50 grams of protein from whey. So I'm going to get this in. I'm going to end the video here. So that is my rotation 1 pull day of the new split. Set baseline numbers today. I hope you find it informative. I did try to be as informative as possible in terms of like things like cues and things like that. So yeah, I hope the video is not too long, but like I said, I have tried to be as informative as possible. So I hope you can take something away from this video. I'm excited to get strong now across all rep ranges as we move through this rebound phase and then into the off season. Hopefully we can build a big back and a big chest. So like I said, I hope you enjoyed the video. If you did, leave a like, leave a comment, and even subscribe if you're a new watcher. And plenty more training videos to come, so look out for those.